welcome back to Afternoon Express. And today, South Africa, our Tuesday cook-along is all about the versatility of eggs. How many ways can you whip up and enjoy a delicious egg? We're loving the versatility of the ingredients, but more than anything, we're loving how easy it is on the pocket. So South Africa on social media, please do head over. Let us know how much you are loving eggs. But also remember the SMQ. We've asked you if you were to cut out one ingredient off the face of the earth, what would it be? Dumi, I'm not going to get it now, but think about it towards the end of the show. I want to find out from you. Okay. Now, nothing beats a decadent dessert after a delicious meal. Our lemon meringue Pavlova with fresh fruits is one such dessert that is set to impress and bring all the warm spring feels. Now, this is what I'm talking about, Jenny.
So, darling, we're going to make a Pavlova. We're going to use the white of the egg.
Okay.
And we're going to whip it into a frenzy with some sugar. So we're going to make a meringue. And the most important thing, if I can give you some hints and tips, which I will, I've got my girls with me. So we're going to do the fruit on that side. And Elle's going to make the lovely creamy. She's going to cut those strawberries into beautiful thick rings. You girls are going to make the beautiful flowers that are going to go on top. It's a rose petal. And we're going to sugar it. And this is going to be, we'll be princesses when you see this, because that's going to be the queen of desserts. It's going to be good.
So, I love that. Okay, so you've got something, those huge peaks just look gorgeous.
Yes.
Shiny.
So, very shiny, and this is the way a meringue should look. So I've started it off because you talk about elbow grease. Hello, I'm not going to punish myself because of what you did to me last time. But so what we've done here is, when you make a meringue, the most important thing is don't like mayonnaise loves a little bit of oil because it'll emulsify it, but these little bubbles do not want to be encased in any fat. So that is like the absolute demon in here, is not to get any egg yolk into it, okay? So you separate them out and you start off with some beautiful room temperature eggs, but here's the tip. I normally keep my eggs in the fridge because, you know, when you're trying to separate the egg white, it thickens it nicely, and then I just let them stand there and go.
Voila. Okay.
I just want to mention something before you go and Balisa. Remember, we were using egg whites and egg yolks when we did the first recipe. We saved some of the egg whites for this, so it also is economical. So no wastage.
Yes.
Makes sense. Absolutely. I'm excited to do that. So whilst, Jenny, you're starting with those delicious meringues, with those peaks, I want to find out here, when Anele, you've got that delicious Clover Bliss double cream thick yogurt. Now, I'm excited to have a taste of that just on its own. The flavors for me are just out of this world.
But before we do that, would you accept my rose?
I will be happy to. You know, South Africa, it's so funny that we're doing this, because not only is the color quite appropriate, Anele, but my name means flower, Balisa.
Wow.
So this is definitely going to come in handy today. I'm ready to just enjoy the decorative process of this.
That's cool. And I'm going to use Clover Bliss yogurt. I love it. It's like double thick and cream, and it comes in different flavors. This is my favorite. It's lemon meringue. I can eat it just like this, as you said, or I'm going to add it in cream that I've whipped here. So I've added some cream in here, and I'm going to fold it through.
Okay, fantastic. So whilst you're folding that through and you're getting that delicious creaminess in there, I love the fact that that also just is a source of 10 cases of nutrients. I think that for me is just top level in terms of delivering on everything delicious in the kitchen. But I also want to make things beautiful. So I believe that that's what these are for.
Yes. So I think maybe you can give her tips on that. But yeah, basically we're going to be making the cherry on top, but we're making it with petals. And you mentioned something very important, Jenny, that we have to make sure that we use organic roses, otherwise because they're not edible.
Yes, well, you're going to die, darling, and we don't want anybody dying today. So are you listening carefully to me?
Yes, very carefully.
Make
Girl,
sure.
I actually remembered this from the last cook-along, and I've been telling all of my friends and family that you see us decorating our food with petals and flowers, but yay, be careful. We need to use ones that are organic, that do not have pesticides or anything. So don't worry, girl, I'm a natural woman and I can multitask whilst I'm taking apart these gorgeous flowers and finding out how I'm going to entertain them and make them pretty. That also looks delicious. What are you doing there?
So what we've done now is I've whipped them up. The most important thing to get the perfect meringue is to don't be impatient. You were talking about if it's 20 minutes, you're going to do it in 10. What you have to do is make sure that you put the sugar in slowly, beat it in. And I normally use caster sugar because caster sugar is nice and fine. It dissolves quickly. And so don't throw it in too soon. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very gritty. And you're going to have a bit of a flop. So now I've added a bit of corn flour. Don't you like your meringue when it's all nice and chewy on the inside? So that's going to help. And I've given some acidity, which is very good for the eggs. It boost those little bubbles, so we've got vinegar in there.
I never thought of putting corn flour in meringue, so thank you for this. Like, I'm not a big meringue person. I've probably done it like twice.
Yeah.
So I'm learning today. So it's the corn flour, Jen. It's the eggs that needs to be room temperature. You use caster sugar and you beat it for a very long time.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if you have electricity, baby, it's like minutes.
And then how do you do these petals?
I know, you guys have definitely abandoned me. I've been asking South Africa for so long, what must I do with these petals? I'm just seeing Tumi, they took them apart, so I took it apart. Well, but let us go through it slowly, guys. Slowly.
All right, number one, egg white can be used as a face mask, so don't ever throw those egg. Yes. So don't throw the egg whites away, but they also can be used as glue. So what you have to do is you've got to break up that egg white so that it's not going to stick like that, okay? So you just want to break them up so they're nice and airy, and then you paint your petals on either side. And then,
this?
Yes, absolutely. So break it up, sweetheart, just like a little whirlpool. Hurt it. No. That's my girl. Yes.
You see, details are important. This is what chefs think this comes naturally. It doesn't. We have to teach us and be very specific here. And then after using it and beating it up, do I just go straight into the petals?
Yeah, what you do, paint it on both sides.
On both sides,
I like, because you know what? Because these are edible, and there's nothing worse than biting into a little Pavlova. So they're crispy and they're delicious. I would love you to try one. I have made some up front.
But what I want to ask you, isn't it going to taste like eggy? Or do you bake them? Or
no.
But how's the egg? I don't understand.
It dries just naturally.
Can I taste one of these?
Yeah, just feel how brittle it is.
Oh, wow, I can hear that crunch.
Oh, it's crunchy.
You see?
I could hear the crunch from here.
Yes.
Oh, Jen, and it's got a beautiful rose flavour. Just a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, stunning,
and they're
ladies.
easy and they're delicious. And as I say, as long as you haven't sprayed them with anything, you'll be alive tomorrow to tell the tale.
I'm going to add my Clover Bliss now, guys. It's double creamy Clover Bliss yogurt. It's delicious.
What flavour
and it's going to... Oh, this is the lemon meringue.
How fitting for the recipe, right?
I know. I can just imagine this in pancakes. It's so versatile. In pancakes, on top of cakes, on top of everything.
Just on its own. Knowing me, I'd probably finish that tub in a day.
I wonder if I can make a face mask out of this, but I think I'll eat it beforehand.
Yes. So, ladies, not only are we using ingredients here that are good for your belly, but we can also put this on our face.
You can. Oh, you can indeed.
And guys, Jen, if you wanted to make like a choc chip, if we use Clover choc chip because it comes in different flavours. Like I think the strawberry would have worked here as well.
The berries,
The berry, the strawberry one. And then if you want to do like choc chip, you can also use chocolate in your meringue, perhaps.
Yes.
Can you put chocolate in your meringue?
You so can, and then you can like drizzle chocolate all over it once it comes out. I say take the recipe and own it.
Yes.
The recipe is just here. As long as you know how to make your meringue, it can be any colour you like. Yes. And what I find is I sometimes put a little bit more colouring because when it goes in the oven, the flavour does sort of fade out a little bit. Okay.
So, ladies, in terms of a recap, we have done so many steps in the kitchen here today, and I think that South Africa really does want to find out, in terms of dessert, can we get a little recap?
Of course you can. So now we're using eggs. We've got egg whites and sugar. Thank you so much, my love. Egg whites and sugar. And we've got some vinegar and corn flour, a little bit of colouring. We've beaten the eggs into a frenzy. Look at that, darling. Must I put it together?
Yes, and talk us through.
Yeah, well, let's just talk it through as we go. So,
Go ahead.
Are you sure? All right, give me a nice spoon so I can just spoon onto here.
Use your palette knife so that you can actually show the people how you spoon it in there.
We've made everything, as you can see. Now we're going to put it together, which is my best part. We have the lovely Clover Bliss with lovely thick cream, and we're going to just pile the berries on. Have a look at that. Lots and lots of berries, any berry that you like. How's that look for me?
It looks pretty.
Now, and then we're going to go like that. Let it just ooze down the side. Isn't it good?
I'm excited.
And last but not least, our beautiful petals are going to go onto this. Yes.
I think Tommy's petals might be better than mine.
Tommy, have we got the ones that you've made up already?
Yes. We
I
did
think
these ahead of time, so these are nice and crisp and crunchy.
delicious. And I would put the last layer just before it comes to the table and put the petals on right at the end. And the reason I say this, let's just do this, Toms. Can you hear how crispy they are? We're going to just pile this onto the top. And you've got some sprinkles there, Tommy. Have you got?
No, they're actually with Palisa over there.
Pali, give me some of those gorgeous sprinkles, darling.
Oh, yes. And what are these sprinkles? The colour on them is also gorgeous.
They're
It's
gorgeous.
like pearls.
Yeah.
You can tell us, Toms.
These are basically like pearl sugar in essence, so it's basically sugar. It's edible.
Go. And we'll just stick some of those over the top. You can have that, my
Looks
love.
like you, Polly.
And we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done.
And that is it.
That's it.
Stunning. And you know, Anele, don't think I didn't catch that there. You told me that it looks like me, beautiful and fluffy. If you want to be beautiful and fluffy and be cooking along, just as we did right here on Afternoon Express's Cook Along, please head over to our website. But we are going to be sitting down, ladies, and enjoying all of our day's work at our kitchen after these.
With the creamy decadence of Bliss chocolate dessert from Clover. Surrender to a moment of pure chocolate bliss. Bliss. Double indulgent.
Made with love by Clover.